Sunday morning in Britain, the day of rest, the day of worship. And what's the religion of this age? What are they worshipping almost anywhere you look? The car. Thou shalt bow down and polish the car thy God. Thou shalt worship the car thy God with all thine heart and with all thy might. 11 million of us now own cars. 11 million of us have these temples on wheels. 11 million of us find that this is an indispensable part of modern life. But how many of us have any idea what it costs to be a car owner?
I reckon about £5.10 a week.
£4 to £5 a week.
About £5 a week.
About £3.
Well, they mostly reckon it costs them £3 to £5 a week. But are they right? We bought an average car and made a detailed reckoning of what it costs to buy it, run it for a year, and then sell it.
It's a very good car, sir, yes. It's a 1968 Austin 1300 in first-class condition. It has been completely through our workshops and all necessary servicing has been carried out.
Now, you've got it marked at 575.
That is so, yes.
How much will you take for it?
Have you a part exchange?
No, I haven't. I want to buy it outright.
Well, I think I would be prepared to make a reduction of £10 to you.
Oh, you can go a bit further than that, surely. 25, perhaps.
Remember, it's got a guarantee with it, sir.
Yes, but I wouldn't really expect to buy the car at the price you've got it marked at, I think. Come down a bit.
Will you be requiring any hire purchase at all, sir?
Yes, I shall, yes.
Okay. What had you in mind?
I would have thought 550 would be a reasonable figure.
Very well, we'll agree to that.
At 550?
Yes, yes, we'll go.
Good, splendid. Well, that's the first stage over. We've bought our car. We've paid £550 for it on HP over 2 years. Now, we'll keep a tally of what it costs as we go along. So far, we've agreed to pay an HP deposit and road tax of £230, and the HP payments for the first year will come to £218. And then there's the insurance, which we have to have before we can get onto the road. That, for average car, inner city, average driver, £21. Now, we've got rid of all that lot. Let's see what it's actually going to cost us to keep the car on the road. The most painful single item in the year is petrol. If I'm an average motorist, I'll do about 10,000 miles in a year, and that'll cost me £100 in petrol. So that's petrol for 1 year, £100. Well, it had to happen. Sooner or later, every motorist runs into repair bills. And of course, there's routine servicing and maintenance as well. Rising labor costs, SET, it's an expensive business. In fact, in an average year, your average motorist spends on servicing and repairing his average car £60. Of course, there is one way to save on servicing and repairs, and that's to do it yourself. It's not my idea of fun, though. But a lot of motorists are doing it themselves. They're probably being forced to by soaring costs. And as the motorists grovel in the grease under the cars, the people who are laughing are the men who publish the do-it-yourself car magazines, because their sales have rocketed and they're now well over 500,000 a month. Once you've got the car back on the road, you start wearing down your tyres. A set of tyres should last 20,000 miles, that's about 2 years, and they cost £20 to replace. So in 1 year, the average motorist will spend on tyres £10. Then there's one more item, parking and garaging. The AA say that costs the average motorist £50 a year. Well, that's about all that the Chancellor and the garage men can expect to get out of the motorist in a year. So all that remains now is to see what happens when we come back to sell the car. Let's imagine we've been running this one for a year now and see how much it's depreciated.
Well, I've looked round the car, and £400 is the price we will offer for you for the car, sir.
£400?
Yes, only £400.
I was hoping for 425. Do you think you could stretch to that a bit?
No. The reason being there's a little bit of damage on the back of the car. The mileage is fairly high. We must put the car into retail condition to sell it again. This does cost a few pounds, and I think £400 is the only price. This is the figure we could go to.
400.
This is it.
So it's depreciated by £150
yes,
in
sir.
a year?
Yes, £150.
Well, there we are. We've lost £150 in a year on depreciation. Now let's see what the total damage is for a year. We've just been paid £400 for the car, but we still owe 200 of that to the HP company, so we can take 200 off this total. That gives 248. Add to that the running costs of 241, and we get a total of £489 for the year, and that amounts to not far short of £10 for every week of the year to run this car.
10? Well, I'd sell it. Well, you wouldn't think that much, would you? You could buy a house for less, couldn't you?
I never thought it cost £10, would
I'd be surprised, but quite believable.
£10 a week, it's a lot of money, isn't it? And how does it compare with other expenses in your life?
A bit high, little high, yes.
You've got a mortgage on a house?
Yep.
How much a week does that cost you?
About £7.10.
So you're spending more on your car than on your house?
According to you, yes.
What do you think about that?
Prefer not to.
What do you think about the high cost of motoring?
Oh, I couldn't care less. Life's too short.